Alright, welcome back to some more Ace Attorney. I forgot I have not played this in forever. I've been busy, and I don't know where I last left off, per se. So, I think the last episode I was starting to screw up so much, and now I'm just gonna probably screw up again. Oh, crap. Okay. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. Wait, what? I'll be right back so I can get like oriented on what I'm supposed to do because I am seriously lost at this. Okay, this took me forever to try to get back on track to what I'm supposed to be doing. So, it's this statement. This statement. Objection! Let's see. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. Objection! Where's my objection? Objection! Where's my music? Why is there no music? There's music now because apparently when my XSplit froze, it like as I was starting this recording, it turned the sound off. Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair. What's this? You dare question my justice again? Yeah, duh. Yes, and I'm going to prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. This is the crime scene photo. And just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted. But I already told you! They were planted before the murder! Oh, really? Oh, really? The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim! No. But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. Yeah, it is kind of clear now that I think about it. Because, are you saying that they, left feathers everywhere? Or that, feathers happened, like, after the blood splatter? Or, no. Are you saying that, blood splatter like, no! That would be a time paradox or something. I don't know. Feathers! Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yeah, I am. But, yeah, about that. You see how the feathers are on top of the blood, and the tracks were made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder. Then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman! But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene. Ugh! There must be some type of mistake! Objection! Order! Order! Not objection, that's my line. Where is your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you. You do? But how? Oh. Was my vaulted sense of justice really just half-baked? He's taking this really hard. Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have? I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness Jinxie Tenma saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenmataro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks! What? 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 I thought I was onto something there. Hey! Will you all say something, please? Will somebody please say something? The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court and justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy! Your boldness. It appears our defense attorney here is delirious from exhaustion. Apollo, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court. What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide I should step down, please hear me out. What happened to sound? Hey, sound! Thank you. Very well, Mr. Justice. I'm all ears. But you had better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you were talking about? It's all in the statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenmataro. I mean, I don't believe in demons, but it could be some person in a mask. I mean, happen in Scooby-Doo all the time. After she discovered the crime scene and called the police, she came around a corner in the hall. It was around here that she saw Tenmataro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise. What? How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before? The defense just proved there was someone else. So the mayor was... What? I'm not reading all that when I can't even talk. Apollo, the momentum has shifted in our favor. Good. Now let's keep it that way.
Objection!
What? With your objection that just happens to be OBJE, all coming down one letter at a time? You little do you realize, yeah, that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken. My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim? Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him. Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle. Now that you mention it... Only I'm allowed to slam the desk. Both Phineas Filch and Florent LaBelle were in the foyer at the time. But they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination? Ugh! Why didn't those two see the Tenmataro impersonator pass by? Why don't we ask them ourselves? I was just about to say that myself. No. Really? I was! The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of Kyubi Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something. I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackquill. I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby. I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will. Did he just say captured? No, wait. I don't want to know. Very well. Bailiff! Please go wake Mr. Filch and escort him to the witness stand. Did the sound just go crappy again? Yeah, it did. There we go. And it continues to be crappy because this wire sucks! Okay. There we go. I think it might have been hit one too many times. Will the witness state his name and occupation, please? The name's Filch. Phineas Filch. Caretaker of Kyubi Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like. Oh, my. What a fabulous pair of shoes. And, your honor will do you just fine, Mr. Filch. Ah, it's those shoes again! Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright? Don't tell me Filch stole them again. They're all yours, your honorship, sir. What? But they seem awfully expensive. Yep, too expensive for me. But I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship. It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts. Aw, ethics schmethics. Just take them if you want them. Polished them up real nice for you, too. I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. The court would like to hear whether you saw Tinmataro in the foyer after the murder. Yes, yes. Guarding the foyer. At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. Kyubi asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office, keeping a good watch, when the murder happened after 3 p.m. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no sirree! What? You sure about that? The yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams. So, you're telling me this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tinmataro? Yep! Was guarding the whole time. That's the truth. The holy truth. And nothing butter the truth. What? And Tinmataro? Bah! You don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo-jumbo, do you? I certainly don't! What the heck? Oh! My bracelet. It's throbbing in my arm. Something the matter, Apollo? My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm. Really? So you think Mr. Tanuki, Filch has been lying to us? I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit. Ah! What the heck? What's a hawk doing here? Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home. In fact, he doesn't live with you. You know, in jail. Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. Aw, come on! This isn't some sort of trick or... Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this! Well, what the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills! No pets or animals allowed in the courtroom! Ah! Somebody help! Oh! Oh, he's merely having a bit of... He's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you. Save when truly famished. In that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed. Hey, stop scratching on my head! Looks like we have to do the old-fashioned way. We'll be fine. I think. If there was someone dressed as Tenmataro there, Filch should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now. Okay. Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. Will someone get this bird off me?